So Marvel Studios Hall H panel at San Diego Comic-Con 2026 is now officially confirmed to take place on July 25th, so in a couple of weeks. Here's some projects you might expect to see in the panel, and some stuff to look forward to in the future of the MCU. In case you're new here, my name is George. I talk about superheroes, movies, games, etc. So if you're going to enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and comment down below what you think of these projects and some stuff you might expect to see at the San Diego Comic-Con panel later this month. So let's get the big one out of the way. Avengers Doomsday. This is the next big Marvel film to come out after Spider-Man Brand New Day. It has a ginormous cast, so in this panel we might expect to see some cast walking out on stage, talk to some fans, announce some news, and then unveiled the new official trailer for Avengers Doomsday. At this point in time, it's currently 6 months left until the film comes out, so marketing has to start up, especially after the Doom trailer just came out yesterday. So it's definitely expected for us to get an Avengers Doomsday trailer at San Diego Comic-Con. It's not something new for Marvel Studios. They've already made and uploaded a couple trailers from San Diego Comic-Con to YouTube Online at the same time, so it's expected to see a trailer for Avengers Doomsday. We most likely won't see anything regarding Spider-Man Brand New Day or Spider-Man 5, since, Sony is very selfish with everything alongside Spider-Man, but there's a possibility that we might get something for Spider-Man. Sony is now more comfortable with Marvel Studios using more Spider-Man characters in their films, so maybe there's a possibility that they talk about something in relation to Spider-Man. Let's talk about the next Disney Plus show that Marvel's coming out with, which is Vision Quest. This is a show that's been secretly in development. We've never known anything officially from Marvel Studios themselves, but we've known that it's been shot. Paul Bettany has talked about the show a lot. We know that Ultron will be in the show, voiced by James Spader again, so I'm very, very excited for that. It's set to come out before Avengers Doomsday, so probably around October, so we also can expect a trailer at San Diego Comic-Con. And this is following White Vision after the events of WandaVision back in 2021, so it's been 5 years. Next year, we're set to get season 3 of Daredevil Born Again, so we can expect to hear something about the new season. We've been getting a lot of set photos showing the new Daredevil suit that now has the red and the black color scheme, alongside with some pictures of Elektra, alongside with the Defenders, Danny, Luke, Jessica, etc. I don't think we're gonna get a trailer just yet, since the Disney Plus show marketing scheme is very different in comparison to the films, but I think we can expect at least hear something about Daredevil Season 3. One of this year's biggest surprises in television was Marvel Television's Wonder Man show. This show came out of nowhere and packed a punch, and everyone universally loved it. Yahya Abdul-Mateen II is now up to win an Emmy potentially, and they officially confirmed that Wonder Man will get a season 2 at Disney Plus. We won't get this season at least for a couple of years now, but we can expect to hear something in regards to season 2 of Wonder Man. And then we have the next big one that, it's coming next year, Avengers Secret Wars. We'll probably just hear something about they're ready to start shooting soon, something like that. Nothing too major, I don't believe. But it would be really cool to see something though, just saying. But we probably won't get anything. Everything I'm going to talk about now is post Secret Wars potentially, and this is just projects that we've been hearing have been in development, and Marvel Studios is now prioritizing these projects after Secret Wars. So the big one that we've heard, we has a director, has a writer, has people already working on it, is the MCU's X-Men film, which is now being directed by Jake Schreier from Thunderbolts. We've been hearing about the MCU's version of the X-Men for months now. We've had a director, screenwriter, and now rumors of the cast. We know that Sadie Sink will most likely play Jean Grey in Spider-Man Brand New Day, then introducing the MCU X-Men in a way. So I'm excited to see what they talk about in regards to the MCU's X-Men film. Hopefully they give us maybe who will be the lineup. Maybe not the cast just yet. I think it's still a little bit early to showcase the cast, but I think it would be cool for them to maybe just let us know who will be in the lineup, maybe some villains, who knows. Another film that we've known has been in development for a while is Black Panther 3, directed by Ryan Coogler. He's been talking about the film for a couple of years now, how he's been getting ready with the story, what they're going to do with the Black Panther characters, with Shuri, potentially T'Challa, etc. I'm excited to see what they're going to do with it in Avengers Secret Wars, maybe some soft launch with the new T'Challa, who knows. One of the projects that was meant to be in development pause, but now has been reopened, has been the Marvel Studios Nova show, following Richard Rider as Nova. Last year it was announced that the show was going to pause development for a while, and just a few days ago it was officially confirmed that Michael Waldron, who's behind the Loki show, has been tapped to write the show. This is a very controversial opinion for a lot of people because he was also involved in scripts for other lower things in the MCU. Talking about Loki and inside of television, he seems to shine on that, so I'm looking forward to that. Nova's a character I've wanted to see in the MCU for a while, so I'm excited to see finally this show come to fruition hopefully in the next couple of years. So I'm expecting an announcement for the show at San Diego Comic-Con. Even though we haven't had Avengers 5 and 6, there's already rumors for Avengers 7, which is rumored to be in the works already at Marvel Studios. From what we've heard from a couple of rumors, this 7th Avengers film is set to be taking inspiration from the comic storyline Judgment Day. I don't know anything about this storyline, but I've heard that it's about the Eternals and the Celestials as well. Judgment Day is obviously a reference to Arishem the Judge, which is the big Celestial that we saw in the Eternals film at the end that took Cersei and the rest of the Eternals with him. His basic job as an Eternal is judge a planet to see if they should survive or not, if they should help create a Celestial or not. Judge the planets. So I'm excited to see what this entails, especially if it's true. I don't think we're gonna get an announcement for that at San Diego Comic-Con, but who knows? I think it's possible. Kevin Feige likes to just show ahead to what will happen in the future, so it's a possibility. Now, a couple of these projects, I'm just shooting my shot that something happens, but Blade. I've been waiting for Blade. There haven't been an update in months, maybe years now about this Blade film. Blade might just be a cursed IP. With the recent Xbox layoffs, it seems that the Blade game might also be cancelled. So there's a possibility that Blade, the film, never indeed happens. But if Blade doesn't happen, there's always the possibility of Midnight Suns getting a project. Midnight Suns is a property that's been rumored to get an adaptation for years now. I was just rewatching a couple interviews from a couple podcasts and interviews and all that, especially Joshua Horowitz, who a couple months ago interviewed Oscar Isaac, who, if you remember, played Moon Knight in the Moon Knight show. I don't think we're going to get Moon Knight season 2 anytime soon, but in that same interview, he talked about Midnight Suns in a very interesting manner.
People always talked about like Midnight Suns as a potential
film. Yeah, there was an interesting talk about Midnight Suns. I mean, again, there's fragility is not the right word, but it's like a very tonally, it's really important, because we're playing with real stuff with that one. Like there's like it's expressing something very real and challenging and difficult, and so for me,
respect that.
Yeah, like I feel like if you're gonna go, it's not. You got to take it really seriously as well, even though it's a crazy comic book, but that's what it's trying to do. It's doing both of those things.
Which made it seem like they were actively working on the Midnight Suns project. Now, if they are working on Midnight Suns, will it be a show? Will it be a movie? I personally don't know. I kind of prefer a movie, but if it is neither, I really like a special presentation. But Midnight Suns being a one-shot could be really cool. Introduce the supernatural world of the MCU, Werewolf by Night, and Ghost Rider, Moon Knight, those characters. I think could be a very unique project. But yeah, I hope we hear something about Midnight Suns. It's been rumored for years now, and I want to see Ghost Rider in the MCU. One of my favorite projects in the MCU Phase 4 was Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, and it seems that Marvel Studios is now prioritizing a sequel to Shang-Chi, Shang-Chi 2. This is very interesting because Destin Daniel Cretton has now officially announced and reinforced the confirmation that he was working on a live-action Naruto film. This Naruto film was something that was confirmed and announced years back, even before Destin Daniel Cretton got the job to direct Spider-Man. That's how far back it was. But after Brand New Day, he's now going full steam into the Naruto film, and that leaves Shang-Chi at a very interesting position because Destin directed the first Shang-Chi film. So will they wait until Destin Daniel Cretton is done with Naruto to then start with Shang-Chi, or will they get another director? I think this project could be really cool. Maybe follow off the mystery with the 10 rings, whatever the signal that was. Maybe even use Finn Jones as Danny Rand, aka Iron Fist, to show more mythology of how it all works. I think that could be really cool. So there's a lot of possibilities with this world. Maybe some Agent of Atlas thing could be really cool. There's a lot of cool ideas that could be happening with the Shang-Chi sequel. Another project that's been set to get a priority in Marvel Studios is Thunderbolts 2. Thunderbolts unfortunately wasn't the biggest success for Marvel in terms of box office money, but critically and according to the fans, a lot of people love the film. Like, it hit home for a lot of people, and that's what made the film get such raving reviews and people wanting more of the Thunderbolts. So it's really cool that they do a Thunderbolts 2. Now, will this be new Avengers? Will it be Thunderbolts again? Who's going to be the director? Who's going to be the cast? So we'll see if there's an announcement. And the last project I'm going to talk about today is Captain America 5. Captain America Brave New World was in development hell and unfortunately didn't turn out to be the best film it could have been. I want to see Sam Wilson get more of a character in the MCU. We haven't seen basically anything of Sam Wilson as Captain America besides from the last episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier and Captain America Brave New World. But I'm praying that in Doomsday and Secret Wars, Sam does get his moment to shine as the leader of the Avengers and his actual character that people will respect. So hopefully Captain America 5 is true and actually gets announced at San Diego Comic-Con, because I want to see more of him. Well, that was a lot of stuff. What projects do you think we will see at San Diego Comic-Con? I think the biggest one we will see will be Doomsday, Secret Wars, Vision Quest, Daredevil, maybe Wonder Man, X-Men, Black Panther. So there's a lot of possibilities. They might just announce something out of the blue that no one expected as well. Who knows? This is a time for surprises and for them to take big swings, so I'm excited. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and comment below what you think of this, and what projects are you expecting to see at San Diego Comic-Con 2026. I'm George. Peace out. Take care.